Hello, and thank you for having us here today. We're really pleased to be here to present to the board on some potential stages of risk for Uber. We've got some mitigation strategies, some recovery strategies, and some recommendations moving forward. You'll see in our presentation that we've got positives happening in colour and negatives represented in black and white. These will be running through the background as we speak to them today. The first gap we're going to present to you today is the risk of failure 1. Ordering the ride, focusing on the application functionality. Ordering the ride is a stage where the potential for failure is likely. The failure can occur from two different perspectives. There could be employee service failures, whereby there are no Uber drivers available to complete the service, or a driver takes the booking and moments later cancels it, forcing the customer to complete the booking for a second time, but also going through severe emotions of frustration, anger, and disappointment. Service failure can also occur if the application functionality fails in its usage. For example, if the pin drop for the customer location fails, or simple application outages limit its ability to effectively order the service.
So coming to the mitigation strategies, inadequate maintenance and updating the application is required to deliver a good quality service. Therefore, the earliest opportunity to overcome the failure is avoiding the breaking down of the application in the first place. However, should the fault occur as a company, you should provide a text message to your customer with the notification of bugs and that Uber is working on the problems to fix it. Failures are starting already with the ordering process for a customer. To avoid dissatisfaction and frustration among the customers towards the service, just because the driver canceled the ride shortly before the arrival, the app should prevent a cancellation of 5 minutes before the pickup. The driver should take responsibility and pay a penalty for canceling on short notice. To break through the challenge of the incorrect pickup location, by using the PIN tool, the app could include an option for a customer to type an exact pickup address for the driver. This will assure that the customer finds the Uber driver faster, which in turn saves time for both involved parties.
Recovery strategy, Uber, like other applications, have designed their app in a way that the app is able to elicit the consumer actions that meet business objectives. Companies these days have recognized the importance of empathizing with consumer needs and desires. Therefore, developing products and services that a user-centered approach plays an important role in developing additional competitive advantage. As the customers are increasingly facing trouble with their delivery cancellation, Uber can recover from their service flaws by implementing advanced scheduling, allowing their consumers guarantee pickups which are on time through pre-scheduled pickups from as early as 30 days.
The second risk of failure we're going to present to you today is the ride, focusing on customer safety and the overall customer experience. When ordering a service, you connect customers to drivers, and it's ultimately these drivers that deliver the on-stage customer service for you. They represent your brand. Your customers' basic expectations of the driver would be to remain safe, feel welcome, and have a comfortable journey. There is a likely risk here of failure for Uber should the driver conduct themselves in a non-professional manner and either hurt or offend passengers. We are aware that customer safety and customer service are top priorities and values here for you at Uber, and it is critical that organisations have service designs and standards in place. But in order for this to be effective, these systems, processes and standards need to actually be delivered in the operational capacity.
It is important that each of your driver creates an acceptable surrounding for your customers as soon as he or she enters the car. This can be achieved by providing water or good air quality in the car, for example, introducing a non-smoking policy. Additionally, Uber should restrict mandatory hours and breaks throughout the day, which can be regulated through the app. The awareness of your drivers towards sexual harassment and general misconduct can be enhanced by compulsory online training and furthermore annual security checks of all employed drivers, for example running them through a sex offenders search. This will help to compensate and measure the basis of your performance along those new design service standards. Your company has to remember that if the driver do not gain any support of the implemented service standards, your service standards are of little use and not really effective.
In recovery strategy, Using Internet of Things and big data, Uber can exercise more stringent methods to establish control over the drivers. Increasing the transparency of actions allows for a greater degree of control mediated through the devices used in the process to enforce and uphold the principles.
As the rideshare sector undergoes an influx of new competition, managing customer retention and loyalty becomes a huge focus for Uber. Uber must keep focusing on improving relationships rather than acquiring new ones. So today we're going to present two strategies for you. Building strong relationships. Strategy 1, a loyalty program. Strategy 1, focus on relationship bonds, where customers remain loyal simply because they want to. This strategy involves a mix of financial bonds that focus on financial incentives and social bonds that focus on building long-term relationships through an interpersonal approach. It is recommended that Uber introduces a loyalty program that offers frequent riders a discounted rate, rewards for long-term customers, as well as added benefits, such as discounts off the other Uber products. 2 key advantage of loyalty-based incentive programs are they're not difficult to initiate, and they frequently result in rise of profits. Unfortunately, however, for financial incentives, they don't generally provide long-term advantages unless they're combined with another approach. So for that reason, it's recommended that the added feature of the loyalty program is a preferred drivers module, which allows customers to gain that personal connection with who they're connecting with on a daily basis. Therefore, riders will select from their preferred drivers, and whoever's available will come pick them up. It's a prioritisation system to build that interconnection. Strategy 2 focuses on customer inertia. Customer inertia relies on the perceived effort required for a customer to switch between providers. To retain customers, it's recommended that Uber should increase the perceived effort required of their customers to change across competitors by expanding the functionality of their application to personalise and simplify the Uber booking experience. Customers can save locations, not limited to their home or office, but their friends' houses, partners' houses, their favourite cafe, their restaurant, and also a database of their own service providers such as doctors, supermarkets and schools. The application should also hold information like emergency contact details, medical information and preferred route settings. All this information will not only maintain the driver and customer experience, but will also add an added level of security and safety for the customer. The storage of this information will give that perceived perception that they've got a relationship with Uber and it's hard to change.
Problematic customers are usually measured based on 2 factors: the value of the customer to the company and the cost of serving the customer. Research indicates that when customers become too demanding, there is no longer any value generated by serving them. For Uber, the customer management portfolio pyramid is broken down according to the offerings, categories, star ratings, and behavioral tendencies. And then it is grouped down into platinum customers, gold, silver, and bronze customers. So strategy 1 would be migration. Uber can use their rating system to pair low-rated customers with low-rated drivers. This will allow profitable customers to have better service and at the same time will increase morale for high-rated drivers. Another way to apply the strategy is to shift the bronze customers to lower non-premium categories like Uber X and Uber Pool instead of giving them companies like Uber Select and Uber Black. So strategy 2 is to renegotiate value. The second strategy is to alter the service provided in terms of price and service delivery. By increasing the price itself, customers may not want to go forward with the booking. Additionally, by increasing the wait time to bronze customers, by allocating resources first to the profitable customers, increases the waiting period and along with the high price may deter customers from making any transactions with Uber. So finally to the repercussions. Although terminating relationships with unprofitable customers is beneficial to the firm, the company has to ensure the process goes smoothly. The process should be well communicated and handled in such a way that the customer's sentiments are not hurt. And at the same time, you should make sure that the other customers do not feel insecure. Therefore, the repercussions or negative effects would be that the company might have reduced revenue because the customers are undervalued. It may further lead to negative publicity and would damage the brand image of the company. Ethical and social issues like discrimination, casteism, communal riots, and lack of community support can arise, which would overall tarnish the company's reputation. Therefore, it must be handled with utmost care.
Therefore, in conclusion, based on our findings and our analysis, Uber should improve their application technology and adapt a customer centric approach.